my name is Anis Afifah Kadir with metric number A25B3885. Today, I would like to introduce the sea urchins as our case study research. Sea urchins are a type of animal of marine invertebrates that in echinoderm groups. Besides, sea urchins are living on the ocean floor. The characteristics of sea urchins are that they have a round and spiny shell with tube feet and spines. Furthermore, sea urchins reproduce sexually with separate male and female individuals. During spawning, males release sperm and females release eggs into the seawater, where fertilization occurs externally. The fertilized eggs develop into free-swimming Plutus larvae, which eventually settle on the seafloor and undergo metamorphosis to grow mature into adult sea urchins. The sea urchins are mainly herbivores that feed on algae and seaweed. They use a specialized jaw-like structure called aristotelanton to scrape and chew their food. Some species may also eat small animals or detritus, making them occasionally omnivorous. Sea urchins can live for 5 to 30 years, depending on the species and environmental conditions. Some species, like the red sea urchins, may live over 100 years, making them one of the longest living marine invertebrates.
Now, moving on to factors of sea urchins overpopulation, which is the decline of natural predators such as sea otters. First and foremost, we have to keep in mind that sea otters is a keystone species, meaning they keep ecosystem balance. Sea otters face a lot of challenges and threats such as sharks, pollution, pathogens, and overfishing. While overfishing does not directly impact sea otters, it causes food limitation for orcas, which then resulted it to predate on sea otters. This causes a great decline in sea otter species, which are a natural predator to sea urchins. Another reason for decline in sea otters is the migration to rivers. The purpose of this migration is to run away from predators such as sharks in seas. This also contributes to overpopulation of sea urchins.
To start our presentation, let's look at point 1, which is the loss of top-down control. Usually, nature has its own security guard like sea otter that keep the urchin population small. However, when the environment changes, this predator disappears, leading to a trophic cascade. This is a chain reaction where the natural balance is lost, allowing sea urchin to take over the ocean floor without anyone to stop them. Moving on to point 2, we have what we call the double hit on our Cape forest. Climate change acts like a two-way attack. First, it stresses the Cape forest, making it hard to the seaweed to grow healthy. At the same time, the changing environment kill or drive away the predator. Because the Cape is already weak and the predator are gone, the sea urchin can easily destroy the entire underwater forest. Thank you.
Imagine diving into the ocean expecting a lush underwater forest, but instead you come across a rocky desert covered in spines. This is the hidden effect of sea urchin overpopulation. When urchin numbers explode, they overgraze the kelp forest, stripping them bare until there's nothing left but empty seabeds known as urchin barrens. Without kelp, entire habitats disappear. Fish lose shelter, abalone lose food, and biodiversity rapidly declines. But the damage does not stop there. Kelp forests support food webs, and when kelp forest vanishes, predators decline and the ecosystem simply falls out of balance. Even the climate feels the impact. Kelp absorbs carbon dioxide, so fewer kelp forests means lesser the carbon sequestration, weakening the ocean's role in fighting climate change. And worst of all, recovery is painfully slow. Once barrens form, nature alone can't fix it. Active restoration is needed. So protecting kelp forests isn't just about sea life. It's about protecting the balance of our oceans and our planet.
Now, I would like to talk about law and policy related to marine conservation in Malaysia. In Malaysia, the main legalization of governing fisheries and marine resources is the Fishery Act 1985, also known as Act 317. These acts play an important role in conservation, management, and development of marine and estuarine fisheries within waters. Its main objective is to ensure fishing activities are carried out in a sustainable manner so that marine ecosystems are not overexploited. In the context of sea urchin overpopulation, this law allows the government to implement management strategies such as control, harvesting, habitat protection, and population monitoring. By enforcing these regulations, the Fishery Acts help maintain ecological balance and prevent long-term damage to marine environment. Overall, effective implementation of Fishery Act 1985 is also essential for protecting Malaysian marine ecosystem and ensuring sustainable use of marine resources for future generations. That's all from me.
Therefore, several solutions can be taken to control this issue. First, restoring natural predators. Sea urchin population increase when their natural predators are reduced due to overfishing. By protecting and restoring predators such as fish, lobster, and sea otters, the ecosystem can return to a natural balance. This method is sustainable and work naturally without harming the environment. Second, urchin culling involves removing excess sea urchin from affected areas. This method is usually done manually by trained divers. It is effective in areas where sea urchin population are extremely high and are already damaging coral reef. Third, developing sea urchin fisheries. Sea urchin can be harvested for food, especially for their roe, which is valuable in the seafood market. Developing controlled sea urchin fisheries can reduce overpopulation while also providing economic benefit to local communities. Lastly, environmental monitoring and early detection. Regular monitoring of marine ecosystem help detect sea urchin population increase at early stage. With early detection, action can be taken before serious damage occurs. This allows better planning and faster response.